Hey guys, I'm Devin de Lima. So I have to apologize for two things. One, I'm sorry there was no video last week. Honestly, just wasn't feeling it. There was no creative juices flowing. I hope that you can forgive me, but I'm here this week and that's all that really matters. Secondly, you might see this microphone right here for the entire video. I'm just trying to give you guys the best audio quality possible. I'm testing out a couple things, and if it bugs you, I do apologize. So without further ado, let's get into this week's video. So this week I was thinking about a lot of the things that I used to think about as a kid and realizing that they were kind of messed up now as an adult looking back. Like, they make some sense. Some of them are funny. Some of them are just like, whoa, that's really deep and dark for a little kid. So, you know, in order to go with that theme today, I apparently liked to cosplay as a kid with the snapback. So, in reality, I'm just trying to make sure that you guys don't see how poofy my fade is becoming, because confidence is key. So, for example, when I was a kid, I thought quicksand was going to be a much bigger deal than what it ended up being. I was also insanely jealous of the mentally handicapped kid in my second grade class when I had just moved to Georgia, because I thought his dad was with him all the time. And I was like, hello, like, I want my parents to be with me all the time. I'm scared of the world. And Dave was a teacher. So, I thought the babies grew outside of the mom. Actually, I thought that's what a condom was. Shout out to the Maury Povich Show for letting me know about the word condom, though, because I just remember there was something on there with the word condom in it, and I asked my mom what it was, and she got really mad and took the remote out of my hands. I was like 6. I was terrified of the thought of God, because who wants someone that's watching you all the time and knows if you're sinning? What the hell? I thought that it was much easier to just leave pieces of paper for Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny to sign. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Going back to God, I thought for some reason that I looked like Prometheus from Prometheus and Bob from the show Kablam on Nickelodeon. I have no idea why. I rationalized in my head that if I fell asleep and then, you know, made sure that I was not facing the window, if I looked back, there would be a pair of eyes there staring back at me on the second floor of my bedroom. But this actually worked out quite well, because the opposite wall from the window was the closet. And I thought, you know, if you fall asleep facing the closet, monsters are going to come out. They're going to want to sneak up on you. They want, you know, the advantage there. So it kind of worked out. I thought that love only existed between the parents. You know, they loved each other. There was romantic love there. And then the only other type of love there was a parent for a child. And that was like it. I remember in first grade us learning about friend love and how, like, you can love your friends and stuff like that. And I verbatim remember looking at my best friend at the time, who I think was named Jimmy. And we just went, no, we don't love each other. Like, it was just that simple. Wouldn't be the last man I told that I didn't love. Ha! I thought that if you really did cross your eyes for too long, they would get stuck like that. Thanks, Dad. I legitimately thought that I was bad luck if I was in the same room as my brother when he was playing video games. Thanks, Derek. This is kind of embarrassing, but I legitimately thought I was the first one to ever discover masturbation. And I figured I'm going to be famous for this. I thought that, like, if you were really in trouble at school or something, you could just make yourself invisible. I don't know where that thought came from, but, like, if you just wished it hard enough, you became invisible. And it, like, blew my mind that all these kids used to get in trouble. And I'm like, ugh, why didn't he just turn himself invisible? It blows my mind. I don't get it. I thought that if you got too cold outside, and then when you went inside and your hands and your feet started to burn a little bit, it was like little shards of glass because your blood was frozen. Now I know that's not humanly possible. I thought that cats had healing powers in their saliva. I have no idea where that came from, but I thought that, you know, if I got a cut, I was like, come here, Fluffy. Let's heal this. I thought it was totally normal to bug your mom to bring home a cup of pizza raw dough play with. And I thought, like, any other kid would have loved that activity, but now looking back, I'm like, what the hell? I thought the term shaving cream was literally what it did. You put the cream on, it ate away at the hairs, you wash your face, you're done. And then when I started to shave, I was like, what do you mean I have to use a razor? I thought that after I learned about evaporation in, like, my 6th grade science class, that if I left a cup of water out overnight, it would evaporate automatically. And I didn't understand who was refilling my cups. I thought that deodorant was for people who were older than me. And since I was always gonna be younger than the people who needed it, I didn't think I'd ever was gonna need it. Like, I just didn't understand. After I learned that a condom was not the thing that a baby grew in, I thought, you know, well, after the man and the woman get married, baby just starts growing out of nowhere. I don't know. I thought that you would only ever have sex with your significant other to make a baby. And me, as a little boy, thought, oh my god, if I only want one kid, I only have to have sex with a girl once? Oh, thank god. Like, the pressure is off. I also thought that earthquakes were going to be a much bigger deal. And I have never lived on the West Coast. I grew up in New York. As a kid, I grew up in a household that always had cats in it. I thought when I was little, when I went over to my friend's house, if they didn't have cats around, they were either weird or poor. I don't know why. I thought that if you made the effort to step out of a car while it was moving, even a slight little bit, you would get sucked up into a vortex and die. I guess I thought that we were like in some sort of anti-reality as we were in the car traveling, and then when we parked it, we were back in reality. I've been a creative type since a young child, is what I'm trying to say. And lastly, because I unfortunately never knew anyone on my dad's side besides my dad, whenever people would tell me, they're like, oh yeah, you know, my aunt, who's my dad's sister, I'd be like, what do you mean? Wait. Your dad doesn't have a sister. Your dad, no, you don't know anyone from your dad's side, right? Like, no one does. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I put out new videos every single Saturday. And feel free to comment below if you've had any weird thoughts as a child. I kind of enjoyed thinking about them and regurgitating them to you and realizing that, you know what? Children are weird. They have a very strong imagination. But if you're a creative type like me, you always try to find a way back to it. So, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next week for another brand new video. And this time I'm not lying. Later. It's finally